Over 15,000 people moved to Columbia this year. Most had no clue there were 8 completely different lifestyles to choose from. Pick the wrong neighborhood and you could waste years of happiness. Hey folks, Brent Downing here with the Downing Group at Keller Williams. Today I'm going to show you exactly which area matches your lifestyle, but I'm saving the most compelling choice for last. It's the one most people overlook but offers the best overall value. Now let's kick things off with a spot locals have loved for decades but newcomers usually miss. It's its own city, but it feels like the perfect suburb. Forest Acres have been flying under the radar for years, and it's exactly why locals love it. This place has run itself since 1935 with its own police and services. Live here and you skip Columbia's city bureaucracy. Instead, you get that small town feel while staying close to everything the bigger city offers. Home prices tell the story. The median price is about $325,000 with most houses between $240,000 and $480,000. That range gives you classic neighborhood character without breaking the bank. And unlike the lake communities we'll talk about later, where homes can climb into the millions, Forest Acres gives you a smart mix of value and quality of life without paying for lakefront prices. Families here are zoned for AC Flora High School. This year, the school ranked in the top 30% statewide for reading and math. Parents like knowing it's consistent and it delivers. Need to get to work? Easy. Just 15 to 20 minutes from USC's campus on Forest Drive. That's a short commute, short enough to come home for lunch. But here's what makes Forest Acres special beyond the basics. You get quick access to the Three Rivers Greenway. It's miles of trails along the river where you can walk or bike without worrying about traffic. And the small town vibe here is real. Every year, Forest Acres hosts the Forest Acres Fest. Picture it, block party vibes, music, food, and neighbors who actually know each other. And get this, it feels like something out of a movie. That kind of thing is hard to find these days. With Columbia changing so fast, spots like this won't stay a hidden gem for long. I break down these local markets every week with real prices and insider details you can actually use. So do me a quick favor, hit that subscribe button now so you don't miss any updates. I'll be your guide to Columbia's best neighborhoods, whether you're moving here or just curious about where this city is headed. All right, if you want an established neighborhood with strong value, Forest Acres might be your spot. But if you're looking for historic charm and even better walkability downtown, wait until you see the next neighborhood on the list. If you love homes with character and stories baked into the walls, Elmwood Park could be your spot. This is one of Columbia's most special spots. The thing is, Elmwood Park doesn't try to hide its age. Every street looks like it belongs in a history book. And I mean that in the best way. It's even on the National Register of Historic Places. Early 1900 homes with styles like Craftsman and Colonial Revival, back when builders cared more about quality than speed. Now let's talk prices. The median price is around $435,000 in Elmwood Park. Most homes fall from the $300,000 range on up to the mid-six figures. You're paying for location, character, and designs you just can't recreate today. And remember these numbers, because when we get to Irma later, you'll see how the lifestyle changes once lake access enters the picture. Families here are zoned to Logan Elementary. It gets a B- on niche. Parents love that kids can actually walk to school through these old tree-lined streets. And you just can't beat the location. 5 minutes by car or 20-minute walk gets you to the State House. Living here means easy access to restaurants, events, and nightlife. Historic Columbia even runs walking tours through Elmwood Park. That tells you how much people value the preservation and pride here. And the porch parties here are the real deal. Neighbors out front, food, music, kids playing in the street. It feels like stepping back in time. That kind of connection is hard to find these days. Of course, there's a trade-off. Parking can get tight during events, and older homes need more love and maintenance than new builds. So if you're all about historic charm, Elmwood Park checks the boxes. But if you want modern features and an even livelier walkable scene, wait until you see the next neighborhood. That's where Columbia's young professionals and the university crowd love to hang out. Looking for that mix of college town energy and grown-up comfort? That's Shandon. You'll see professors, young professionals, and families here. Folks who love being able to walk pretty much anywhere. This place has history. It's a century-old streetcar suburb with classic homes and even some original brick sidewalks still in place. The city has guidelines to protect what makes it special, but they still allow smart updates. Prices tell the story. The median runs about $450,000 with most homes between $380,000 and $650,000. What you're paying for is walkability, the chance to leave the car parked and still get to everything you need. And you should see the place in the spring with all the azaleas and dogwoods blooming. It is beautiful. Families here is owned a Hand Middle School, which got a B rating for 2025 and above average test scores. Parents just love that their kids can go through those middle school years with stability. Now here's the thing, Shannon gives you awesome walkability, but when we get to our next spot, you'll see the trade-off. Lexington is all about top schools, while Shandon leans into lifestyle and convenience. It's a decision a lot of families think hard about. The USC campus is only 1.5 miles to 2 miles away. That's a quick 10-minute drive down Blossom Street. If you work at the university or have kids there, you just can't beat that. One of the best things about this area is that you can walk right over to Soda City Market every Saturday. It's a huge community hangout with food trucks, vendors, live music, and the whole vibe. The neighborhood association even hosts porch parties, and people actually show up. These aren't awkward, forced events. Neighbors genuinely connect here. One heads up though, historic district rules can slow you down if you want to renovate. Most people decide it's worth to keep the neighborhood's charm. So if you love walkability and real community connection, Shandon might be your spot. But if your top priority is school ratings and you don't mind giving up a little walkability, wait until you see the next neighborhood. When it comes to raising kids in the Columbia area, Lexington takes the crown. Families from all over move here for one main reason, the schools. The thing is, families with school-age kids are drawn to Lexington for a reason. And it's not just because the schools are good. These schools rank among the best in the entire state. And they keep doing it year after year. Lexington School District 1 is the big draw, ranked number 5 in South Carolina this year. And this isn't a one-year win. This district has a track record which gives parents real confidence in their kids' future. The housing market works for families too. The median price in Lexington is around $300,000. Most homes range from in the low 200s to up to $600,000 or $700,000. You can spend more if you want though. So no matter your budget, you can usually find something and still get access to those top schools. Lexington also has its share of homes on Lake Murray for those looking for that luxury lifestyle. Now, keep this in mind when we get to Chapin and Blythewood later. You'll see strong schools there too, but with very different lifestyles attached. River Bluff High School is the star of the district. It won the Palmetto's Finest Award and keeps scoring excellent with the state. When your team graduates here, colleges know they've had a serious education. That can mean scholarships and opportunities. Your commute downtown, about 15 to 20 minutes on I-20 East. Pretty reasonable. You're trading a few extra minutes in the car for better schools and more affordable housing. For many families, it really pays off, and it's not all about the schools. The Ice House Amphitheater brings concerts and farmers markets right into the community. Summer nights here mean free music, food, and family fun without fighting downtown traffic. Day-to-day life in Lexington centers on schools and family activities. You'll bump into neighbors at ball games, school plays, and local festivals. Kids ride bikes, parents chat, and folks watch out for each other. One heads up, Augusta Highway gets pretty busy during rush hour, and so does Highway 378. But most families shrug it off because of what they gain from the schools. So if schools are your number one priority and you love lake access without paying waterfront prices, just wait. Our next community is the most affordable way to get into that Lake Murray lifestyle. Here you can live near the water without dropping $1 million. Irmo is Columbia's best-kept secret for affordable lake life, with solid schools right in the mix. The best part is Irmo gives you all three: lake access, good schools, and plenty of shopping close by. Most people have no idea how much value is packed in here. This is your gateway to Lake Murray. You've got public boat ramps at the Lake Murray Dam on the Irmo side, run by Dominion Energy, plus more ramps in nearby Lexington County parks. If lake life's been on your mind, this is the cheapest way to make it happen. Home prices totally make sense. The median runs about $280,000, with most homes between $250,000 and $350,000. But again, you can spend about all you want in Irmo. That gets you close to Lake Murray and good schools without paying those luxury lakefront prices. But keep this in mind when we get to Blythewood later. There, you'll trade water access for bigger lots and a whole different lifestyle at about the same price point. Dutch Fork High School is a powerhouse. When it comes to football, Dutch Fork is usually the state champ. In fact, out of the last, 10 years or so, I think they've been the state champions like 6 or 7 times. In fact, I've helped people from out of state relocate into the district just so their son can play football there. And at the same time, it pulls excellent ratings for academics this year. I can tell you this from personal experience, having had both of my kids graduate from Dutch Fork. Go Silver Foxes! Your kids get the best of both worlds, a strong education and the kind of school pride you can't put a price on. The community is super easy, about 15 to 20 minutes to downtown on I-26, close enough for work and far enough out to feel laid back. And there's much more. Saluda Shoals Park gives you paddling programs, guided tours, and plenty of family fun on the water. Not just boat ramps, but real recreation. Irmo knows how to throw a party too. Moore Park and Irmo Community Park host seasonal concerts and events. And the Town Limit Music Festival, that's food, live music, families hanging out. I mean, neighbors actually connecting. Then, of course, there's the annual Orchestra Parade and Festival put on by the Irmo Chamber of Commerce. Now, one little last thing. Dutch Fork football nights, the traffic piles up. But honestly, most folks see it as part of the fun. That school spirit is what makes this community tick. So if you're after affordable lake access, Irmo might be your spot. But if you're dreaming of wide open land and more of a country vibe while still staying close to the city, wait until you see the next neighborhood. In Blythewood, the dream of more space and a little breathing room comes true. Here you'll find newer homes, bigger lots, and still just minutes from Columbia. For families who want new construction and a rural vibe without moving too far out, Blythewood hits that sweet spot. The county even protects horse-friendly land through special zoning. So yes, you can have horses in most places, enjoy bigger yards, and still be close to city life. Not to mention, you're only like an hour south of Charlotte. The median home price is around $344,000, with most houses between $280,000 and say $600,000. You're paying for space, peace, and a lifestyle that's harder to find near the city these days. You'll remember this when we get to Lake Murray later. Blythewood gives you land and room to spread out. Lake Murray, on the other hand, is about water access. Entry prices look similar, but Lake Murray goes way higher on the luxury end. Schools hold up too. Blythewood High earned an excellent rating in 2025, so kids get a strong education while families keep that country lifestyle. Community is about 20 to 25 minutes to downtown on I-77 North. A little longer, sure, but most families don't mind the trade, extra drive time for more space, and newer homes. And here's something you won't find anywhere else. Twice a year, the Blythewood Community Rodeo brings neighbors together. Every spring and fall, it's rodeo competitions, family fun, and small town vibe you won't see in other Columbia suburbs. Yeehaw! These rodeos give Blythewood a culture all its own. Neighbors connect, families gather, and it feels like classic small town life. Now, one trade-off. Retail is limited. You'll need to shop in nearby areas for most daily needs. But ask any Blythewood resident and they'll tell you it's worth it for the peace and space they get at home. You're maybe an hour from the big shopping areas in Charlotte, as I mentioned earlier, and maybe 20 minutes to downtown Columbia. So if you want rural charm with city convenience, Blythewood might be perfect for you. But if you'd rather pair small town charm with lake access and top schools, wait until you see what's next. That's the sweet spot so many families are chasing. If you want small town charm, top schools, and lake access all in one place, Chapin is it. And I can tell you from personal experience, having lived in Chapin for over 10 years, most buyers dream about that combination. Chapin actually delivers. If you're after that close-knit town feel, but still want some of the best schools in the state and easy Lake Murray access, this is your spot. From day one, it feels like home. People even call Chapin the capital of Lake Murray. And it's not just a slogan. The whole town leans into lake living. Home prices cover a wide range. Non-lakefront places start around $300,000. Waterfront homes will typically range from the mid, say, six figures up into the millions. So you can pick how deep into lake life you want to go. Later, when we get to the final luxury community, you'll see the difference. Chapin gives you lake access with small town charm. That last area takes it further with multi-million-dollar homes, private docks, and views for days. The schools here are a big win too. Chapin earned an excellent rating this year and got an A rating. Parents love knowing their kids get strong academics and small town support at the same time. The commute to downtown is about 30 minutes on I-26, depending on where you're starting from. Yeah, it's the longest drive we talked about, but many families here say the lifestyle makes the drive worth it. Crooked Creek Park adds even more. There's a huge community center, 53,000 square feet, and a 27-hole disc golf course. Families stay busy here year-round, and the community vibe is real. Chapin puts on events that brings neighbors together. These aren't generic festivals, they're the kind of gatherings that show real local pride. One thing to know, lake season gets busy. Traffic picks up on weekends and holidays. The locals just plan around it. Part of life by the water. So if you want small town charm, top schools, and lake access, Chapin might be perfect. But if you're chasing the ultimate water lifestyle with options at every price point, wait until you see our final stop. The Lake Murray communities are the crown jewel of Columbia living. If your dream is waking up to water views and living full-on lake life, Lake Murray is where it happened. This is the crown jewel of the Columbia area. Lake Murray stretches across 650 miles of shoreline. So towns like Lexington, Chapin, Columbia, Gilbert, Prosperity all have shoreline on Lake Murray. So everything from weekend getaways to high-end estates are here. It's more than a neighborhood, it's a full lifestyle. Those miles of shoreline also come with public access, run by the South Carolina DNR and Dominion Energy. So you've got choices. Decide how much lake access you want and how much you want to spend. Prices run the spectrum. Waterfront homes start around $450,000 depending where you are on the lake and how big the house is, and can climb into the millions. That means you can go from a cozy lake cottage, or a weekender as we call them, to a luxury estate with a big water view. Schools here depend on where you land. Parts of the lake fall under Richland Lexington 5, others under Lexington 1, and some even under the Newberry County Schools. So you'll want to check the exact area before deciding. Commutes vary too. Most folks are about 35 to 40 minutes from downtown Columbia, depending on which side of the lake you're on and how far out you are. You're trading a longer drive for lakefront living, and for most, that's a trade they'll make every time. I personally lived on Lake Murray for about 10 years. And the lifestyle comes with built-in fun. Drury Island State Park has boating, fishing, and camping year-round. Bass tournaments, festivals, and events bring energy to the community. And then there's Baum Island. Every summer around July, millions of purple martins migrate here from South America. They root on, oddly enough, it's like clockwork. They roost on Baum Island. It's one of those natural shows you can watch from your boat. Every evening they come in droves. Lake Murray has its own rhythm. Summers are buzzing with activity and winters slow down and give you peace. Year-round residents say it's the best of both. From Valentine to Prosperity, you'll find different communities, price points, and vibes all wrapped around the lake. You get to choose how much luxury and how much community you want. Each of the 8 neighborhoods we covered today fits a different stage of life and a different set of priorities. Here's the key. Match your needs today with where you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years. Think about your commute, your family situation, and lifestyle, how they might shift over time. If you're thinking about moving to Columbia, we'd love to help. Let's explore these neighborhoods together and find the home that fits you best. Just email me at brentd@thedowningteam.com, and I'll be glad to help guide you through the 8 lifestyles we've covered today. We've already helped thousands of families find their perfect match, and we'd be glad to do the same for you while the best options are still out there. And before you go, click on the video on your screen to see what's being built in Columbia right now. These projects will shape home values and lifestyle options in the 8 neighborhoods we just covered. Watch now to see where Columbia is headed before you make your move. Have a great week.